In this video, you're going to learn about the Pythagorean theorem. The Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared, where a, b, and c represent the sides of a triangle. So if we're going to label the bases or the legs and the hypotenuse, the two shortest sides are always the bases or the legs. And then this longest side is the hypotenuse. And we know that's the longest side because we look for this square in the bottom and we say the side across from it is the hypotenuse. So here, like I said, a plus b are always the smallest ones. So this will be a, this will be b, or this could be a, this could be b. It doesn't matter the order. And then we know that the side across from it is the hypotenuse, which is the c, the longest side. So we use this to solve problems where they give us two of the numbers and we have to find the third. So here we have the shortest side, so we'll label this as A, B, so that means we're looking for C. So I'm going to set it up in my formula. So I'm going to have 19 squared plus 12 squared is equal to C squared. Now when all of the numbers are on the same side, we can just go ahead and put it into the calculator. Okay, so I got 505, but that's equal to C squared, and I just want C. So the opposite of squared is the square root. So now I'm going to take the square root of 505. Got 22.47. So that's the length of this missing side, 22.47. So here, so across from my right angle, or this square, is always my C. So then this could be my A, which means I'm looking for B. So I'll set up my formula. So 35 squared plus B squared is equal to 37 squared. So because not all the numbers are on the same side, like this first problem, we're gonna have to do some more algebra to solve for B. So first I'm gonna simplify the numbers with the squareds. Okay, so now I've simplified those numbers. So we know to get a variable alone, everything else has to go to the other side. So I'm going to subtract 1,225 from both sides. I got 144. So again, that's b squared, but we just want b, so I'm going to take the square root of both sides. I got 12. So that means b is equal to 12. So there's my missing side length. Let's try one more. All right, so across from my square is always the C. So we'll make this A, we'll make this B. So I have 9 squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. Excuse me, 16 squared, because we do know what C is. All right, so I'm gonna do the same thing I did in this problem where I simplified the squareds first. Okay, and then just like in the other problem, I'm going to subtract the number on both sides. You got 175. So b squared is equal to 175, but again, we just want the b, so I'm going to square root both sides. We got 13.23 with rounding. So that's my missing side length. Now let's look at it with some word problems. So they give us this picture. They say, according to the diagram, the picture, what is the altitude? So that word altitude means height, and you could see that they put this x here as that's what I'm solving for. So again, find your square. Across from it is your C. So then this will be my A, this will be my B. So we're going to solve for B. So set up our formula. So 400 squared plus B squared is equal to 500 squared. Again, I'm going to simplify those numbers first. Okay, and then again, I'm going to subtract this number from both sides. and I got 90,000. But we're still looking for b, not b squared, so I'm going to square root both sides. And I got 300. So that means the altitude, or the missing side, is 300, and this was in meters, so our answer is 300 meters. All right, so this one says find the height of the tree, so we're looking for this side right here. Find the square, across from it is your C. We'll make this A, so that means we're looking for B. So again, we'll set up our formula. So 10 squared plus B squared is equal to 30 squared. And again, we're going to simplify these numbers first. Okay, and then just like before, I'm going to subtract the number onto both sides. And then again, we're going to square root both sides. 10. Okay, so that means the height of the tree is 10, and then our measurement was feet, so it's 10 feet is my answer here. All right, one last one. So it says draw a right triangle in the TV. So I'm going to go ahead and draw this as best as I can. And we know that this right here is our right angle. Okay, so then it says use the measurements and the Pythagorean theorem to find the height. So we're looking for this, so that's our X of the TV screen. They're telling us that the length, this side, is 29 inches. And that the diagonal, so across, is 32 inches. Let's bring this over here just so I can see it more clearly. So we know this is 32, this is 29, and this is our X. So side across from the square, that's our C. So this is going to be our C, this will be our A, this will be our B, which is what we're going to solve for. So we set up the formula, so 29 squared plus B squared is equal to 32 squared. So again, we're going to simplify the numbers first. And then we're going to subtract this number on both sides. And we'll get okay, but again, we're looking for B, so I'm going to have to square root this. And we get 13.53 with rounding. Okay, but let's put this back in context. So they were looking for the height, and our unit is in inches, so our height is 13.53 inches.